Hello, are you a student preparing for the Waec and Jamb examination? This is Physics Made Easy with Bollywood Academy. Subscribe. Good day everyone, welcome to Bollywood Academy. My first edition today is going to be talking about the topic equations of uniform accelerated motion under motion. Now, today we're going to be talking about the equations of motion and how we derive the equations of motion. Now, first off, what are the equations of motion? We have them here. V equals U plus AT, that is equation 1. And equation 2, S equals UT plus half AT square. Then equation 3 is V square equals U square plus 2AS. Now, let's jump down into business. Now, remember, the V stands for the final velocity, U stands for initial velocity, S stands for horizontal distance, and T stands for time taken. Now, remember this knowledge of the formula for velocity. Velocity is equal to the displacement divided by time. Now I can modify this formula by making S subject formula and have S equals to the average velocity multiplied by time. That's velocity multiplied by time. Now remember the formula for acceleration. Acceleration is equal to V minus U divided by T. That's the rate of change in velocity. Now we can tweak this formula and have our time taken as T equals to V minus U over the acceleration by making T subject formula. Now let's quickly dive down into the first equation of motion. Now the first equation of motion starts with the acceleration formula, which is VA equals V minus U divided by time taken. Now let's go. The acceleration equals V minus U divided by T. Now we're going to make V subject formula. That's the concept, and that's the only thing you're going to do here. We're going to make V subject formula. And how do you make V subject formula? First off, you cross multiply. And when you cross multiply, you have AT equals V minus U. Now you make this subject formula by taking the negative U to the other side, and when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes positive. Then we have V is equal to U plus AT. This is equation 1. Now, quickly, we jump into equation 2. Now remember when I said S equals average velocity times time, gotten from the velocity equals to S over T, which we made S subject formula and said average velocity. But take note, average velocity is just combining the two velocities and dividing it by 2. Now the final velocity plus the initial velocity divided by 2. Now mathematically you write average velocity is equal to V plus U divided by 2. Now that's average velocity formula, because you're trying to get the average or the mean between the two velocities, the initial and the final. Now when we impute the value of average velocity into this equation, we have S equals V plus U divided by 2 multiplied by the time taken, which is T. Now what we are going to do next is to go back to equation 1 and recall that the value for V is giving us U plus AT. So I'm going to introduce equation 1 into this equation. Anywhere I see V, I change it to, anywhere I see V in this equation, I change it to U plus AT. So I'm going to do that. So it's going to transcend to S equal to, V is going to change to U plus AT plus U divided by 2, all multiplied by time. Now remember, collect like terms that we saw. U and U are in the same equation. So we say U plus U to give us 2U. Now S now becomes 2U plus AT, all divided by 2 multiplied by time. Now we open up this bracket by writing it as S equal to 2UT plus AT square, all divided by 2. Now if I spread out this denominator, which is the number, which is also looking like the LCM of two numbers that are similar, which is 2, I can have S equals 2UT divided by 2 plus AT square divided by 2. I cancel this, I have my final equation as S equal to UT plus 1 over 2, separating this half. This one is 1 over 2 multiplied by AT square. That is my equation 2. And that is the second equation of motion. Now let's go to the third equation of motion rapidly. Now we're still going to start from this same formula that we used to derive the equation 2. But the only thing is that we're going to change our approach. Now, for example, remember I told you average velocity is equal to V plus U divided by 2. When I impute it in the formula again, I have S equals V plus U divided by 2 multiplied by time. Now, but in this case, I'm not going to introduce the value for V, because if I do that, I'm going to still be like I'm deriving second equation. So I'm going back here to the board. This is where we started from. Remember, I told you that I can alter my formula of acceleration, which acceleration is equal to the change in velocity over time. I can make t subject formula, and when I make t subject formula, I cross multiply, bring a downwards, and bring t. I have t equals v minus u. Now we substitute the value of t into the equation. Now watch me. S is equal to v plus u divided by 2 multiplied by the t value now is v minus u divided by a. Now that we have such equation, what we're going to do is just open up the bracket. Now when we open up the bracket, we have s equals v plus u multiplied by v minus u divided by 2 times a will give you 2a. Now what we're going to do, if you understand the concept of difference of two squares, you will know that when you have v plus u, v minus u, it transcends to s equals v square minus u square. That is what we call difference of two squares. Now divide by 2a. Now cross multiply and make v square subject formula. Now what do you have when you cross multiply? 2a multiplied by s gives you 2as equals v square minus u square. Now just like we'll do, we'll take this negative u to the other side. Now when we do that, our final equation is going to be v square equals u square plus 2as. That is the third equation of motion. Now, just like a summary, all of these are derivations for the equations of motion. Now, the essence of the derivation of the equation of motion is to know that some questions require you not to start or make use of the final formula, but to know how to use the intermediate formulas to answer series of questions. Now that you know the equations of motion, we'll do a quick recap. The first equation is v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, and finally v square equal to u square plus 2as. Now, take note, what we've done so far is just horizontal motion. That's motion on a plane, moving from one point to another. But there's another concept of motion that talks about the vertical motion, moving upwards and downwards under gravity. Now, when we talk about that, the formula of the equation of motion changes. Now, stay tuned. In our next video, we're talking about the motion under gravity, as we call vertical motion. But meanwhile, as you watch the video and enjoy the video, do well to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel, and share the video with your friends who are interested to know more about physics. I'll be running through physics textbook from the beginning to the end, talking about how to identify and solve physics questions for Jamb and Waec. Till we meet again, I remain World Academy.